Hey y'all, it's Mary Payne and welcome to Pink Shade. It's Thursday and normally I would have a Barely Bravo or Shady Bravo or whatever we're calling it in this spot. But because I'm on a little bit of a medical leave, I have a bonus episode for you guys that you can normally get on $10 level of Prime. This is 90 Day UK Season 2, Episode 8. It is an episode I did with my friend Katie from A Date With Dateline. We are loving 90 Day UK and we're covering it over there on that $10 Supercast and Patreon. It's really super fun. We are obsessed with Shane and Mert. Like, they have to stay together, right? They have to. We are horrified by Louise and Jose. We don't know what to think about Michael and Marcy, except for Marcy is probably taking him for everything he's got. And does he deserve it? We don't know. But anyway, that's a great, great show. I hope that you're watching it and enjoy this bonus episode for you guys on a Thursday. And I'll talk to you next week. Welcome to Pink Shade 90 Day UK Season 2, Episode 8. Put up or shut up. You
Oh
guys,
boy.
Katie and I have been discussing now for, I don't know, 10 to 400 minutes about this stray cat that is staring at her. She's now sent me a picture. Now, all of you know I'm not a cat person, but Katie is, and so we're respectful. Now,
I
Katie has sent me a
appreciate it.
picture of this cat that is staring at her real creepily through the window. It's a stray cat that wants to come in, but yet doesn't want to come in.
He hasn't
And
made up his mind.
explain about the cat's name, the stray cat's name.
So the stray cat's name is Fed Well, because apparently he's been making the round in the neighborhood for years. And a
Mm-hmm.
neighbor down the way, this very nice nurse, has been feeding him for a year, but she's feeding him chopped up
Mm-hmm.
and chicken, and his name is Fed Well because he's well fed, and Feddy for short. So
So
Feddy,
I was hoping it was a one-eyed cat named Fetty Wop. That
yeah,
would have been a much better story, but it's just Fetty,
it's
Fedwell.
just Feddy. Yeah.
Um, and so here's what's happening. The cat is standing in the rain, staring in the window. So
Yeah.
Katie has gone out twice to try to give this cat shelter. Cat doesn't want the shelter. Cat only wants to stare at you and your indoor cats, but doesn't want to
Mhm.
come in.
No, not really interested in coming in. Really just likes to creepy peep in the window
Hmm.
and right
Hmm.
up next to the window.
Yes. So
It
I said, is Fetty neutered? Because maybe, and you, what did you say?
I said, "No, he was street meat.
So gross.
He's
He's swinging
riffraff."
his meat around the streets. He's riffraff,
He's
and he's out there swinging his meat around and getting other cats pregnant.
probably I'm not even sure if Fetty's a boy. Fetty might be a
Oh,
lady. I'm not I mean, it takes a strong woman to survive the elements for years, apparently, and wander from house to house getting snacks. It's a lot
yeah.
with Fetty. They're
So
a problem in my life because also Fetty startles you because you
yeah.
won't know he's there and he won't be there, and, it's clear glass doors downstairs, then all of a
Hmm.
sudden, and he's there.
So as we're
Yeah.
talking, Katie hops up and puts a table outside with puts the food under the table and says, "Fetty is smart enough rather, to go under this table with his or her food, their food."
Yeah.
And no, Fetty's not smart enough to do that. Fetty goes under, eats one bite of food, comes back to the door with the pouring rain to
Yeah.
look inside. Then
Yeah.
Katie gets up and says, let Fetty in the house," which I think
Mhm.
bad idea, but Fetty doesn't want to come in. And then
Mm-mm.
what did you say when Fetty has been inside? What does Fetty do?
Fetty so he only sits right at the window and stares in at the glass door. So when
Mhm.
Fetty came in once, I had put my other cats upstairs. It was very isolated, and I
Yeah.
had the bathroom set up for him so he could go I was gonna push him into the bathroom so and had little bed and things like that where he would be nice and safe and dry. No. He comes in, takes a few tentative steps, goes right around the other side of the window, and stares out.
The
I mean,
opposite
he
direction.
literally did the thing that he does outside in the opposite direction. It was bizarre.
Okay.
I don't
Listen,
know.
Fetty is like Jose. He doesn't have too many brain cells. And
No.
Just wants to stick with what he knows. Jose knows chicken. Fetty knows looking in or out of a glass door. It's all Fetty
Peeping
knows.
peeping in people's windows at the cats. Please send thoughts and prayers for Fetty during this storm because I he's not smart enough.
Well, certainly Fetty has weathered many storms here in Nashville. You guys have tornadoes and all sorts of things.
And he's never here. He's got a place to go, but for some reason today, during this rainstorm, he's
Yeah.
decided, "No, we'll see what happens at that house in the pouring rain." So,
Mhm.
we'll
Because your
keep an
neighbor
eye.
has built a little house for Fetty, but
She
Fetty doesn't
built
want
him
to.
a
Yeah.
home,
Mhm.
like a dog house, and he used to go in there, and apparently now he's ditched her, and she is very upset. I do feel very bad. She's a
I think
very
it's
nice
because
lady.
you've got the indoor cats and he wants to see what's happening with those indoor cats. Also, maybe he's horny and he's after your cats. He or
Yeah, but
she could be horny and after your cats.
all my cats have been fixed.
Well,
Nobody's in
Fetty
heat
doesn't know
here.
that. Fetty doesn't know that.
No, Fetty doesn't. He doesn't know much.
He just sees some humping that could happen in your
No,
house.
he's asleep now. Okay, well,
In the
that's
rain?
great. Now he's half under the table, so we'll
Okay.
see how this goes.
All right. Keep us updated as we podcast. All right.
I will.
Oh boy. All right. So because we know we have no Slim Pickens at Dirt Cheap until next week.
No.
But I can't wait for next
E
week when you're home from your trip and you could tell us all about I think we called it Fancy Pickens at Dirt Cheap. Isn't that what you said?
It's slim pickings these weeks because I have not been
Okay, okay,
a pick.
okay.
So now I will be back to fancy pickings.
Okay. All right, good. Okay. Well, I'm excited because my trip to Dirt Cheap in Hattiesburg is getting closer and closer the more we inch towards October.
I can't wait.
I know. Okay. So I'm serious. I mean, if you're not doing anything, just take a little trip over. It's
I
super
am not
close.
kidding. There is a 50% chance that I will be joining you. So,
Oh, Lordy. All right. Like I said, 90 Day UK Season 2, Episode 8. Put up or shut up. And I'm not even sure what that has to do with. I'm trying to remember what happened. Put up or shut up. Hmm. Is it this Tionne girl? She's pretty horrible. She's pretty horrible.
she's still not as bad as Asshole. Sorry.
No one is as bad as Asshole.
No one is
Maybe
as
we'll never see them again, and that's why we have this new couple, right?
I think that's why. I think they're
Yeah,
done.
because we don't know. We think that there's only 12 episodes, as we said. Yeah, we think there's only 12, which would
Okay.
put us at 4 more. Um, all right, let's start with who we always have to start with, the Louise and Jose show.
No.
We have to. We
I
have to get
know.
it over with quick and easy. Quick and easy.
Oh.
So Jose comes out in quite a get up, and he's got to make a new video. A new video. Now he is in. Would you like to? You as the stylist, would you like to describe this outfit?
Nope. There's some sort of flame glasses with a chain, and it looks like he's trying to pretend like he's sporting a lot of rings, but he only has 2 on. So it doesn't work because he keeps doing the splay out with his hands, like, "Rings up front?" No, but there's 2 rings. So it doesn't work. He's got just on every piece of jewelry that he and
Mm,
Louise conjointly own,
mhm,
and then he
mhm.
has a big white fur coat.
Uh huh.
Have we how many furs does he own? How many faux furs?
A lot. Every color. Every
Yeah,
color.
like multiple.
Hmm.
How big was his suitcase?
That's great. Or he's been thrift shopping. He's been to TK Maxx since he's been there. Yeah.
Maybe so. Well, he's definitely been to I think it is High Street where you can buy it's a little bit like Santee Alley in Los Angeles where you can buy those sunglasses and lots of vendors and things for cheap.
Yeah. Well, that's where he's been then.
Yeah.
That's where he's been. I don't know how he has any money because he doesn't have a job, but
I don't know how they have money, and they seem to have a little bit of money, so I don't know what's going on.
yeah, we think she's on disability because she has the neuropathy. I think is what she has. She walks with a cane sometimes.
Fibromyalgia. She has fibromyalgia.
She has one of those things, or maybe she has both of those things.
Yeah.
But let me tell you what, she walks with a cane, but she's able to get pregnant real quick,
Also,
possibly before she.
he has the cane for this getup
Oh, good, good. I'm
at
glad
one point.
she loaned it to him. That was nice. So
Mhm.
Louise is going to be the director of this music video, and she says, "Jose, you have to speak and sing only in English. We're still practicing because he comes in and he's trying to communicate with her, and she's like." only English, only English. So he's like, okay, chicken. So in the talking head, he says, filming in the UK is so different than in Colombia because there's no beach, no sun, no sexy girls here. Oh, and then I said, also, are we to believe now she's less than 3 months pregnant? Because she is fully showing like she's about 6 months pregnant. And this is not, I'm not weight shaming her, body shaming her. This is not like I'm a little chunky. This is a fully hard pregnant belly.
She's
Yeah,
in a getup. I better
she
call it a
she
getup
she
because
is. Yeah.
she says, "I'm in my pajamas," but it's not pajamas. She's in lingerie,
Mhm.
in, like, a little lace bustier teddy with
Yeah.
black shapewear shorts on and a robe, but instead of having the robe closed to reveal a little lacy top, the robe is splayed open, and it does appear that she is featuring her belly. Like,
Yes.
featuring it as in this is maternity shapewear,
Yeah.
where the belly is I think I don't know how I don't understand time in this
I don't
process.
listen, if we could find out that Jose was actually in UK for 6 months, like, because she keeps saying
Yeah.
you have to leave in 90 days, but has he already been there for 3? Because I think that before we learned that that visa process is 6 months, but I think they have to be married in that 6 months.
She says I believe at the table when they're talking about the test, I'm not sure if it's this episode or the previous one, where she says, "You have to go back in 4 weeks."
Mhm.
So, he's been here for
We
2
don't
2
know.
months?
2 months? 2 months, but I think maybe somebody's yelling at their phone or their car or whatever they're in right now saying, "Don't you remember?" Because I do feel like other people have said, "Once I get there, I have 6 months to." So I feel like it might be different, right? It might be different in the UK. So they have 6 months and also they have to pass the English test before they can stay.
I think you're correct. I think you're
So
correct.
if he's been there now 4 months instead of what we're thinking 2, it makes more sense that she looks as pregnant and they're having the gender reveal and they're telling everyone they're pregnant. It's not like she's just pregnant and you try to keep it secret, that kind of thing.
That makes a lot more sense. It also makes what doesn't make sense is that he has to go back to Colombia regardless. So it's going to be the question of whether he's able to go back and return or go back and has
Uh-huh.
to stay, right?
Right.
Is that
Yeah,
the issue?
I think he has to go back regardless. They've filed for the spousal visa, whatever. He has to pass the English test and then he can come back. Now, why he has to go back, I don't know.
To get his visa from there.
Yeah,
Something has to happen in Colombia that they didn't get done before. The problem
right?
is, will he even do it? Does he know how to do that?
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
None of it, it's all a mystery. So
Mm.
today is the gender reveal party. And he is on the couch playing with balloons. Like he's just kicking them with his feet, like, oh, balloon, ah, woo. Like he's just baked all the time. Just baked and playing with balloons. Talking head, she goes, Jose, he is slightly childish. And I hope he's ready to be a father. And I hope when he sees his baby, reality will hit him and he will see it is a human to take care of. Well, that's a great thing to hope, but you're already pregnant. So the horse is out of the barn. Like you're already pregnant. You're
Sorry,
already pregnant.
Louise.
Yeah. So well, you can't hope he sees a baby and has reality that it's a human. Whole thing is bad. So, Louise is talking to Jesse about the whole thing, and Jesse's like, Jose is not ready to be a dad. All he does all day is sit around looking at social media or his own music, and he should be taking care of his pregnant wife. He doesn't even seem to listen to my mom. He can barely get a cup of water by himself. And Jesse says, "You booked the English test and you spent the money and you have to be on him all day and he wouldn't even study. So what do you think's going to happen?" And Louise says, "I wonder, is Jose ready to be a father?" Again, already pregnant. So, too late. Too late to worry about these things.
Louise,
Okay.
I don't your choices. I
We're going to start calling Louise Fetty. She's not that bright.
She is just staring in the window.
Staring in the window, getting wet, let inside, comes to the other side of the door, then looks out.
Boy.
Um, I wonder what it looks like from here. Let me go around. I wonder what it looks like from here. So now they have this fun gender reveal party, and Louise's aunties are there. And she's like, I've always been really close with my aunties. I think her mom is there, but they don't feature her at all. Um, and she goes, I met him in November. So she was in Columbia in
Oh,
November.
here we go.
I was pregnant in December, right after I took my coil out. So
Okay, well
now,
then
so now what month is it? Is it August? Like, I don't
April.
understand. Okay, what
April.
is it?
April.
So
I don't know.
they they do the balloon pop and it's a boy, and then Jose is like, "Oh yes, if it's a boy, it'd be a rapper, and if it's a
Rapper,
girl, it'd be
rapper.
a model." And she goes, "A model? No." And he goes, "Well, baby is gonna be a rapper. Oh yeah." And she's like, "But what if the baby wants to do a different kind of music?" I'm like, "You, this is the brain trust having this conversation right here.
I
It's
serious.
just, oh,
Why
it's
are we
so
featuring
bad.
that this couple?
It's so bad."
Why are they the number one couple we see? They get the most time that I don't know what's going on.
So we have a new couple now. It's Tionne and David. And like we said, so yes.
I have something to say really quick before we move
Okay.
on. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Go
Did you
ahead.
notice? So Jose says, I finished my new song. And I thought this music video was going to be for a new song. And
Mhm.
it's I Love You Chicken again.
I think I
It's
Love You
chicken.
Chicken is a refrain that's in every song.
So this is the English version where it's still the majority is Spanish.
Because at one point he speaks in English and then he quits lip syncing.
Yeah.
And she goes, he's to be saying these words in English, but he won't do it. And so he just kind of bobs back and forth and points at the camera and does, like you said, his fingers out
His fingers out, but
during
no rings.
no ring on the English part. So it's just like me, no rings. Here we go. It
I've
makes
got
no
2 rings
sense.
on. This is what he had on, literally, just 2 It's sort of you can't do that. I don't even have nails on, so it's just
What if maybe he had those poop nails on again? You know, maybe he had his emoji nails. I didn't see.
I can't.
All right, because we're moving on to Tion and David, I do think they are replacing Robert and Assel and Arwen because I don't know if we're going to see them again now that Assel has left.
I hope they broke up. Fingers crossed they broke up.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So, because the more I see Robert, the cuter I think he is.
I think he is cute, and look, she definitely did upgrade his style. I will say that when I was sort of watching what he was wearing, I was like, "Okay, so he
Yeah.
is someone that she came in and did that." You know what? That's what a stylist is for. That's what, like, a wardrobe consultant is for, to come in and refresh and revamp your wardrobe. I did that for an older guy. I went to, like,
Hmm.
his house, and he had gotten a divorce, and he'd wanted to start dating again, and he was in his, I think he was in his late 60s, and so we just
Hmm.
did, whatever, but, like, you don't have to date them. You could just hire them for a day.
He doesn't know about that. He
I
doesn't know
know.
about that.
I know.
So we have Tion. She's 21. She's from Derby, at Derbyshire, Derby. And then we have David, who's 24 from Sosua, Dominican Republic. So she says this not once, but 1,000 times. She's a bit of a princess. We got it. She says it. Her mom says it. Her grandma says it. We all got it. She's a princess. Okay. It's nothing to brag about. It's not cute. Um,
No.
She's an expensive girl and she loves shopping. And then she tells us she had when her first expensive purchase was some Prada sneakers, that she got a Montclair jacket, and then somebody, her mom or somebody went to New York and got her some Canada Goose. And she just giggles each time she talks about how much they cost. Is Canada Goose a thing that I should know about? Because I got the Prada and the Montclair, but Canada Goose, is that like a down jacket?
Yeah, it's one of those ones, like, kinda like Montclair that's surprisingly expensive. There's another one called Mr. and Mrs., and they also it's, like, incredibly expensive down, really expensive.
Okay. Why? They're fancier geese that they get the feathers from? Like, why?
Made in Italy, I don't know.
They're Italian geese. Okay.
They're Italian geese, which are exceptionally soft
Yeah. They
because I
still
don't know. They live near the water. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
geese are still horrible, by the way. Geese are terrible, terrible creatures.
They're
The
really
wo
mad. They're
the
really
ru
don't want you to pet them, and
No,
you
I
kind
don't
of
want you to
want to
step
pet
near
them.
them. You don't wanna
You
get
want
near
to
them.
pet something that's shaped like that. I want to. I want to stroke its neck and pet its soft body, but they
You
are
will
not interested in that.
you will come back without a finger if you try that. They will come
Yeah,
at you. They come
or an
at you
eye.
aggressively,
Yeah,
and
you're
they
yeah.
also poop everywhere.
Do they?
Oh my gosh. So my
Poop
parents,
machines?
lived on this lake that now my sister and her husband have bought that house. So still, live on the lake. And the geese, like you see the geese out there and you like make noise to get them to fly away because you go out there and your yard is just covered, covered in poop. And we used to live in a neighborhood that had a lake that you could just like walk around like there was nothing, it's just a look at lake.
Yeah.
So we'd take the kids over there, we'd walk around the lake, in the afternoon. And, oh my god, you would be like, "Watch out, watch out, watch out," because the goose would just poop all over the little walkway around the lake.
I thought
Yeah.
geese just pooped in the water. Apparently not.
No,
I
no,
thought
no,
that
no,
was
no, no, no.
nature's litter box. Okay,
No,
they're
mm-mm.
wow.
No.
Good to know.
They will poop all over your yard, all over your sidewalk. Yeah,
So, angry, soft, white poop machines. Got it. That sounds
yeah,
like 2 of my cats. That's
and
fine.
the poop is disgusting. It's not even like little pellets, it's just gross. Alright, I can't okay.
Oh,
Alright,
boy.
stop. Okay. So Tionne says, she lives in a house with, 2 cats and a dog, but it looks like later they're walking a couple of dogs.
Looks like there were
Um,
2 dogs and a cat. Did she
yeah,
miss
maybe it's possible. I was doing a lot of work yesterday.
she has a prissy little cat, and I
Uh-huh,
call it that because it's one of those smush face ones with the fur, and then,
yes,
Pomeranians.
yes. Julie of Julie and Brandy has one of those smush-faced Persian cats that's like
Mhm.
the face is, like, flat, and then it's
Yes.
yeah. Oh, it's so cute, though. It's so cute.
Sometimes
So
those cats are very I have a fluffy like that,
yeah,
Brunhilde, and yeah, she's alright.
I just cat it's cute, it's cute. So,
As cute as Fetty? I don't know.
I don't know about Fetty. That picture you sent me is kinda scary. It's a little afraid.
Yeah.
All right, so she lives with her mom, and, she says her mom always says what's on her mind. Then mom tells us, well, Tian got christened in Machino, went to preschool in Dolce& and Gabbana shoes. I've created a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
you have.
mom.
Yes. What's wrong with Target for your preschooler? Nothing.
Designer
Walmart.
is rough for children because they grow, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
unless you have people to pass it down. Now, I don't mind, um, my good friend has a daughter named Chloe,
Uh-huh.
and I bought a few Chloe items for her daughter because her name is Chloe, and I thought that they
Love
could be little
that.
keepsakes. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
a few but they were to be, like, put in a little trunk and stored, that
Saved.
as
Yeah.
baby clothes or whatever. But, like, yeah, buying little stuff that they're gonna spit up on and run around and get dirty, I don't that
I,
doesn't
I imagine toddler Dolce& and Gabbana shoes are probably not as comfortable as your Target tennis shoes.
I would totally agree.
Go over to TK Maxx and get some baby shoes there. So
Yeah, or also go on AliExpress and buy some D&G patches and some CC, so the double C patches, and just stick them on the boots. Nobody knows. You don't have to buy the thing.
Oh, go
It's a
to
child.
DH Gate. No, just all right. So
I have never shopped on DHgate. I'm scared of DH. I don't understand it.
I'll explain it to you
Okay, you'll have to explain it to me because
because
I get
I
confused.
got something just to compare to something that I already had.
Oh, I've always wanted to do that. We'll have to talk about that.
We'll
I'm
have to talk
very
about it.
curious. Okay.
Um, so Tion tells us she works in sales. She's very goal orientated. This is the second time we've heard orientated, and I still don't know if it's a word, but two people on the show have said orientated. And she hasn't had a lot of relationships. She's traveled the world because, of course, she has. And she met David in the Dominican Republic whilst learning Spanish. So she met him in Santiago, but he lived in like Santiago City or something. He lived 4 hours away.
Right.
And he was too flirty with her. She didn't like it. She shut it down, which made him like her more. So he came
Okay.
over to where she was. When they met, it was a whirlwind. They locked eyes. That was it. He's the love of her life. He's a perfect match for her. He's super handsome. And then she says, I can't even believe I must say this, but he has completed me. Um,
I
they have
can't believe
talked.
you said it either.
It's bad, girl. They've talked marriage, and she's planning to go back to the Dominican Republic to live with him for a while. And then she's hoping while she's living with him for those few months, they'll get engaged. Okay. I guess the
Okay.
plan is for him to come to the UK. I'm not sure. But he speaks perfect English. So he'll have no problem with the A1 English test.
So
No
it's
problem.
just a few months that she's going over. I thought that she was planning on living there, like
She's going to live with him for a couple of months, is what she said.
okay, good. Okay, alright.
So, whatever is her job, perhaps she just does it on the phone and time zones don't matter. I don't know.
Mhm.
Um, so, Tionne sits and chats with her mom. Her mom's name is Mel. And mom, she says, like, what's his star sign? He's an Aries, blah, blah, blah. And mom says, well, you're young and this is your first love. Men are clever and they can deceive you. So how do you know he's not just telling you things so he can get into the UK? And she's like, well, I just know. And, I'm going to live with him for a little bit and then I'm going to marry him. The mom is like, this is brand new information. You're going to live there? I mean, the mom is like, when are
Yeah,
you leaving? They live together. Like the mom didn't know this.
apparently not, or the mom is a great actress.
Right. And she goes, well, we're not engaged yet, but hopefully on this trip, because she's referring to it as a trip and she says a few months. So I guess she's like, I mean, and maybe she's got a great job where she could take like a 2 month sabbatical and who knows?
Does she work?
UK,
Oh, she does work. She works in sales. That's
but we
right.
don't know. What is she selling? We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So mom says, well, I will tell you this. If he treats you wrong, I'm going to come over there and rent a car and then I'm going to run him over. She's like, Mom. She goes, I'm just telling you, that's what I'm going to do. She's like, not with the rental car. My God. It's pretty funny.
It was really
So
funny.
you guys, do you have little ones in your house? Little Spoon has something for all size baby. They've got little babies all the way up to toddlers. Little Spoon is a one-stop shop for healthy, easy meals and snacks for little babies, toddlers, and big kids. And it is delivered right to your door, which is something we all need these days. There are the baby blends, which is obviously baby food. There are biteables, which is like a transition to finger food, when the kids are going from one thing to the other. Then there's platables, which are toddler and big kid meals. And then there's the smoothies that come in those cute little pouches. So I had some Little Spoon sent to my nephew, James, sweet baby James. He's so adorable. I've got 2 more babies coming in my family soon, but I digress. Anyway, James agreed to be a taste tester. He's super picky, and his mom told me that he loved the plates. He especially loved the mac and cheese. The mac and cheese has hidden veggies. Don't tell James. And he also loved the strawberry banana shake smoothie. I mean, that sounds good to me, let's be honest. Little Spoon makes everything fresh and uses absolutely nothing artificial. It's just like homemade, all delivered to your door and ready in seconds. Pop your meals in the fridge or the freezer when they arrive and then use them when you're ready. It's that easy. You guys think about like after school or at that witching hour at like 5:30 and you got to quickly make dinner and you've got screaming toddlers and babies. I've been there and I really, really wish Little Spoon was a thing during that time of my life. It totally could have helped me. From the baby food all the way to the big plates, it ranges from $3 to $7 a meal. And again, if this was around when I had Anna and John, it would have helped me a lot. I wouldn't have had to like walk around with John and a baby Bjorn while I was trying to make dinner while Anna was like throwing blocks in my head. It just would have been great. So make this year's back to school chaos a little more manageable and time saving, delicious and healthy with meals and snacks your kids will love. You're going to go to littlespoon.com/pink shade. Enter our code, which is pink shade. When you enter that, you're going to get 30% off. Y'all, that's a lot. So Little Spoon, LITTLESPOON.com/pink shade and enter our code pink shade for 30% off at checkout. And let me know if your kids like it. Hey y'all, you know what's coming up on Tuesday, September 12th? It's the VMAs, the MTV Video Music Awards. That's right. You know them, you love them, and it's music's most iconic night, as you know. They always have the best red carpet. There's going to be unbelievable live performances from your favorite artists like Anita, Doja Cat, Carol G, Lil Wayne, Maneskin, Tomorrow and Together, and so many more. And Demi Lovato is coming back after 6 years vacant from the VMA stage. Plus, this year's video vanguard Shakira will bring the house down with a career-spanning performance. I love that, Shakira. And Diddy takes home this year's Global Icon Award. But the party doesn't stop there. Who will take home the Moon Person for Video of the Year? Will it be Doja Cat, Miley Cyrus, Sam Smith, and Kim Petras? I do love that song. SZA or Taylor Swift? My bet's on Taylor Swift. She's killing it. The MTV Video Music Awards are live Tuesday, September 12th at 8, 7 Central. You can watch on MTV. Now we see Tionne and David do a video chat. And David's like, yeah, I'm going to work, and then I'm going to go exercise, and then I'm going to do salsa later. And Tionne explains that she doesn't like this because he does, but we see it looks like he's in like a costume, like maybe he also does it professionally, like as in, you know?
Correct. This looks
Yeah.
like he's an actual ballroom dancer.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, it looks like he does do it for fun, like go out to the bars and whatnot.
Yeah,
Do you remember Darcy's old boyfriend Tom Brooks?
yeah, I
He
do.
was always doing the salsa
He was? Why?
because he's really thinks he's good at salsa. He used to always post videos of himself, like set the phone up on your coffee table and then record yourself doing salsa with your hand out, your hand on your stomach, and your whoop whoop. Stop, stop.
Salsa is like a thing.
It
It
is,
is
yeah,
a
it totally
thing
is,
that
yeah.
it's sorta like CrossFit when people get into it and they start posting about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a little bit like that. Or when somebody
Oh my
starts
god.
fasting and they're like, "I'm doing a this fast." Sorry.
Oh
It
my
there's
god.
just certain things that salsa feels like one of those things where people just start posting about it all of a sudden, and then a few years later, they just stop because they don't do it anymore.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Salsa is like CrossFit or it's Orange Theory, where people constantly post their stats from Orange Theory.
What's
Have you
Orange
seen that?
Theory?
So
No?
Orange Theory is it's like a CrossFit situation where you go into Orange Theory. And my understanding, it's a little like the old-timey curves where you go in and you have your stations, like you do your 10 minutes, your 5 minutes on each station at curves, you
Is
do
that
your
how that works? Oh, okay. And
yeah,
then
because
Orange
it's a
Theory is
30-minute workout. So but Orange Theory I think is like that, but like hardcore, like 5 minutes of X amount of push-ups, sit-ups, like pumping iron, like it's hardcore. And people post their stats. Like today I did 700 crunches, 400 pull-ups, 300 this, 70 minutes of calorie burn, blah, blah, and it's like, oh, it's like intense. And you join and you post your stats. Oh, it's like CrossFit in that way.
no.
I had a guy that I went to high school with. It's like a PE coach somewhere now. And he posts all the time his stats of things like today I did, benched 200 pounds, 600 sit-ups. And he always does 100 hand squeezes. Like he always posts his hands. And I'm like, he's doing his hand squeezes. Is that to build up your forearm?
Yeah, because I used to do it when I played tennis. I had to squeeze a tennis ball. That was one of the
Yeah.
things I had to do for forearms. Huh.
Interesting.
Oh,
Maybe I
boy.
wouldn't have torn my carpal tunnel and had to have wrist surgery if I would have done that because that's what killed me was playing tennis is what hurt my hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's I
If
wonder
I
if
would
it
have
would have
known, if I would have known,
darn it.
if I only would have done what Joel does, Joel from high school did. So, as always, we digress.
Yeah.
So, all right, now she goes to see her grandmother. Her grandmother's name is Marjorie. She's lovely. And she's telling grandma about, David. And she was like, he goes salsa dancing and I don't like it. I don't like it because he has to touch other women and I don't like it. And grandma just goes, girl, first of all, mom says, and grandma says she's a princess, right? But grandma says, he was doing it before he met you. It's give and take. You have to accept it. So suck it up. I mean, hilarious. Grandma,
Grandma was perfect. That's exactly the thing to say. It's not at all what she wants to hear, but
mm-mm.
it's totally true. Yeah, sorry
Yeah,
it makes you uncomfortable, but
this is his
I don't
thing. Now,
know.
who is yelling? Is someone yelling at Fetty? Bruce is yelling at Fetty.
Bruce,
Bruce is the cat. Is Bruce looking at Fetty through the window saying, "Come inside, it's warm."
No, it's worse than that.
Oh,
He's just Bruce is a larger cat, and
uh-huh.
and he's got real short legs, so he's sorta
Mhm.
like this, and he's just, yelling at the ceiling.
Oh, at the ceiling, not at Fetty.
He's not very smart.
Well, Ingrid's dog barks at the bookshelf. Like, you'll
Yeah.
just be sitting there, and all of a sudden you look over, and Paige, the whatever, it's a Frenchie, just is staring directly into a bookshelf going, "Arr, arr, 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 arr." Like, "Why?" She's like, "I don't know." He just turns his body towards the bookshelf and barks into the bookshelf.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Yeah, you're not the only one with a dumb animal. So, all right, so grandma says, regarding Tionne and the salsa dancing and stuff, grandma says, here's the thing about David. He's going to have to treat the princess well. And if he doesn't, he's going to see a different side of Tionne. He won't like it and it won't work. So Tionne's a monster.
Yes,
Grandma knows.
grandma and mom, you have created a monster
Hmm.
by this princess thing. Maybe this should have been dispelled
Yeah.
many years ago.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
So now we meet David. David says, I've always been popular with the ladies. I'm tall, I'm handsome, and I play guitar, and women think I'm smart. Really? How okay, well, alright.
Again with these guys just touting how great they are. This is very strange.
I mean, he's cute, but he's
He's
not
fine.
like Christiane cute. He's not that cute.
No,
No,
but
he's not
he's
that
cute,
cute. He's cute enough.
but he can
I mean,
dance.
he's
Talent
no
is always the most
yeah,
handsome.
he's no Jose. So, he tells us, he says, "I used to be a player, when women come around, I'm like a tiger, I move quick, like a pounce." He says, "I've had many relationships, but they were short and superficial, and I never believed in love because I was a player, but now I've met Tionne, and she has tamed the tiger." Again.
He's gonna regret that.
Yes,
He
embarrassing.
doesn't know
So
how that looks. He's gonna regret it.
he's so stupid.
It
So
doesn't look it looks
I
dumb.
bet the producer encouraged him. "What does the tiger say?"
Oh, I bet
Yeah.
you're totally right. Oh, that's rude.
Oh. So now David goes to meet with his buddy Nat. This just totally threw me off because Nat is obviously American.
Yeah, and they don't mention it. They're
They
not
don't
like
mention it. We're on 90 Day UK. He's the Dominican Republic, and then we have this American sounding guy.
it's like, "What up, dude?" It's so American.
Yeah, it was crazy. So he meets with Nat, and he tells Nat, "Yeah, I've got this girl." Because he has to pretend like he's telling the backstory. "I got this girl, who lives in UK, and she's going to move here for a few months. We're going to get engaged, hoping to move to the UK." And Nat's like, "I'm just wondering, like, you're so young," because he's 24 and Tion's 21. He goes, "I just wonder why you're settling down at such a young age. And guys your age want to be out partying and stuff." David says, "Well, Tionne is a very," bursts into tears and leaves the table. He is whipped, whipped.
Yeah, and
He starts
sensitive.
crying, starts crying. He says, "Tionne is a very inspiring person, inspiring." And Nat says, "I've never seen David cry or express any emotion like that. And if you're 24 years old and you feel so deeply, you have to wonder, can it last?" Nat's right. Nat's
Yeah,
right. This
that's
is the
right.
first love that's going to crash and burn. So David tells us, when I talk about her, I just can't think of ever living without her. And I know we're young. I know we're young, but she really knows me. She knows me for me, not just for the man meat on the streets of Dominican Republic. All these women just want me because I'm so handsome.
And tall.
That's what it's all. Don't forget, plays a guitar. So now Tian is showing her mother a photo of the perfect engagement ring that she has found for David to propose with. And mom goes, "Okay, does he know about this?" She goes, "Well, David knows I don't like fake diamonds, and this ring is 3,000 pounds, which is $3,774, which is in the States a pretty inexpensive engagement ring, but perhaps over there you get more for your money." Mom says, "How will he manage to buy this?" And she goes, "I don't know. I don't know. He'll have to level up because, I will not accept a crappy ring. And I do not want him to pop the question with the ring I haven't picked that I don't want. And what if he ever bought one over there? It would be like, oh. And
What? How do you know that?
then we see 24 hours earlier.
Oh my
Dun,
god.
dun, dun.
Literally, as
Sweet,
you said that, Fetty's
sweet.
head came up through the door. I'm not kidding. Hi, Fetty. Welcome back.
Is it still raining?
Yeah, it's still
Yeah.
raining, but he's under the table.
Okay, that's good. Is your husband gonna come home and be like, "Why is this outdoor table pushed right up against the door?"
No, because if I
Yeah,
hadn't done it, he would.
he would.
He's team try to help this poor ragamuffin.
Yeah.
It's bad.
So 24 hours earlier, we see David go into it looks like a very nice jewelry shop there in Dominican Republic, and he's saying to the lady he wants yellow gold, which I think is not at all what Tionne wants. I think she wants like a 24 karat 18 ka not a yellow gold.
No, I would
Yellow
say
gold, I think of what, like, David and Annie had from when they were in Thailand. That's what I think of yellow gold,
yeah, and
not
maybe
like
she wears gold jewelry, and so he's thinking yellow gold, but I don't think that's right.
I don't
Yeah,
think that's
no,
right. So he
that's
says,
right.
"I'm looking for yellow gold with a diamond." And he says, "I don't have expensive taste. I come from a poor background, but I know she does." So the lady shows him a ring and it's almost $5,000. And he's like, I absolutely cannot afford that, but that does look like something she would like. So let's see something similar. And she says, "Well, does it have to be a diamond?" He goes, "Well, let's see one that's not a diamond." So they find one that's a less expensive ring with not a real diamond. And this one is $200. It's real gold, but not a real diamond. And he's like, "Yeah, I think she's gonna like this looks like her. I think she's gonna like it." And the sales girl says, "If she really loves you, she's gonna understand. It's fine." Well, roll back 24 hours and the answer is no. She's not gonna like this. It's not gonna be fine.
It's not gonna be f I'm I'm hoping
Yeah.
he just
She's gonna be
maybe
so mean about it.
maybe the smart move in this place is I wanted you to be able to pick the ring you wanted, so this is a placeholder until we can pick the ring together. Oliver did that with me. He knew that I
Okay.
was probably not gonna want a traditional ring, and so he
Uh-huh.
got sort of some piece of costume jewelry, and
Yeah.
then I mean, it was a really pretty sparkly ring. I still have it because it was sweet, and,
Yeah.
but it was really nice, and then we went and shopped for it, yeah, together for the ring that I wanted, and so it
Yeah.
was but, I
Yeah,
hope he
but
does that, and
I don't think that's what he's doing though, because I think $200 is his budget and he spent it. So it's not like he can like take it back and upgrade it like you know.
I think
And
he's
for her,
gonna lie to her. I think he's
yeah,
gonna lie to her.
I think it's just gonna not go well for him and he's gonna be very insulted. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think so too, because it really shouldn't matter at all, and also, yeah, she needs to be more understanding. It's just it's not feasible for these 2 people to buy that kind of a ring. That's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if she has the money for it, then she can like put this money in this joint account and then sort of tell him and then let it be a surprise. But she's very, 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 very controlling. That's the issue.
Yeah, and to
That's
do
the
it on a
issue.
payment plan or something if it has to be that ring, but brother, and then it's gonna the problem is if it's like this with the engagement, it might be like this with the wedding rings too.
Everything.
Oh, yeah, this is gonna be a
Everything.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah. So now let's go to Shane and Mert.
Mhm.
Yay, we love Shane and Mert.
We
So
do, yay.
love them. So she's back from Turkey and waiting to see if his visa application has been successful. Again, we've missed a whole chunk of the story. A
Mhm,
whole chunk of the story that we're not getting here.
mhm.
So she says, "I've been praying and praying and having my friends pray and everybody I know, we're praying and praying for a positive result. And if he doesn't get this visa, my life will crumble." So I guess again, he's trying to get this fiance visa to get over there. We don't know 3 to 6 months. Then they have to get married. He obviously has to pass the English test, which he will because he's got a
Yeah,
great
he
English.
definitely will.
And then I don't know if he has to go back to Turkey and apply for the spousal visa and then come back or what we don't totally know. And
Yeah.
probably if we got everything, we would know, but because they're editing it, we don't. So they're on the phone and he's like, "Yeah, I'm really sad." And she's like, "What? What?" And he goes, "Well, it's terrible because I had this appointment." And she's like, "What happened?" He's trying to trick her, of course, and he shows her the little picture. He's got the visa. So she's so excited. She's so happy. And he goes, "And I'm coming there, and it could be tomorrow, and it could be in a week." And she says, "He won't tell me when he's coming because he wants to surprise me." And she was like, "But I'm hoping that when he comes, he's going to catch me when I look nice." So, and that's important to her. So right away, I was like, "Oh, that stresses me out. I wouldn't want somebody just showing up at my door if I wasn't like ready for it either, you know?"
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like at 7 a.m. Oh boy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm. So she's crying and she's like, "He's coming here. We can have a wedding and all my dreams are coming true. And I can't wait to see Grace and tell her the good news." So she goes to meet with Grace at a pub and she was like, "Yeah, he went to look at the visa." She kinda does the same thing, and then she's like, "He went to do the visa." And Grace's like, "What happened?" She's like, "He got the fucking visa, ah!" And I just love that
Yes.
they don't take out the F words at all,
Mhm.
because UK, they don't get to them, the fucking and the fuck and the fuck and fuck, it's not bad words.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, mom, if you're listening. My mom's not listening, but if she was, I'm sorry.
Oh
So
boy.
Grace is like, "Well, I'm very happy. Like, I'm so happy. I can't wait to properly meet him." And, I will say, I am worried about him being controlling, like the way he acted on your birthday. And Shane's like, "I know, but you're gonna have to meet him in person." And she goes, "Well, I will be grilling him if he's out of order."
It's a good
So
friend.
it's a good friend. Now we see Shane is literally like on a ladder hanging out a window, like washing her windows. And she says something about how Mert is very particular about looking out the windows. So the windows have to be clean. Wasn't that interesting?
I'm wondering if that happened at a hotel or somewhere they were staying, and he was
Mhm.
commenting on that they hadn't cleaned the windows, and so she just took note of it, and so she's making sure that he doesn't complain about that at her house.
I've never washed a window, indoor or outdoor, of my house ever. We did hire somebody a couple of years ago that did that was their specialty, but maybe we should do it again. I don't know.
I haven't done it. I don't know.
Ever, ever. She's doing a very thorough job, so it's hilarious because her mom, like, pops her head out the window and is like, "What you doing out there?" And her mom, Cherie or Sheree, I'm not sure, and she was like, "I wonder how much stuff he's bringing." And she was like, "I don't know, probably loads." And she says, "Well, he's also bringing a tent." Her mom's like, "What?" She goes, "He's very into going camping." Isn't that funny?
That's
Yeah,
hilarious. I would not
a tent.
expect that from Mert. Yeah.
No, me either. And then she was like, "Well, I just want to know, is he going to be like dilly-dallying and using my kitchen and be trying to cook? He's going to be in the kitchen." And she goes, "I don't know, mom, probably." And she goes, "And how will it be in the morning if I'm walking around in my towel? Like, I don't want to have to be like not walking around in my towel." And she goes, I think he'll be fine with it. Now we're realizing they have one bathroom now. So
Yeah.
it's a two
Yeah.
bedroom, one bath apartment, which is fine for her and her mom, but
Yeah.
turns out not to be great. So
Mm.
now she's sitting around on the couch, Shane is, and mom comes in and says, "I'm reminding you that the gas man is coming." And then why does Shane say, I think she said the gas man is coming?
Yeah.
Because she obviously said gas man.
That's what I heard, and she apparently heard something else.
Yeah. She was like, "I guess she says the gas man is coming to look at the radiator. And also be sure to look nice because we're going out to dinner tonight." She's like, "Okay." So of course, right then I was like, that was a tip off. Mom
Yeah.
knows Mert is coming. And so
Yeah.
that's why she's like, "You have to stay home all day to wait for the gas man. And also you have to look nice because we're going to dinner later." But
Yeah.
also I think if they're filming, Shane's gonna look nice no matter what.
I think so too. I think whatever prep you need to do
Mhm.
it, I think is
Yeah.
what the mom is trying to say maybe, I don't know. But I don't know what it seems like yeah, Shane looks great all the time, so I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's like, yeah, if they're filming, she's gonna look nice. So the somebody
Do you think it
it's
was
weird.
more like a wash the sheets, or do you feel like it was a more of a tip
Wash a
off for,
sheet.
like, not actually getting ready? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either, but I will say we see Shane like sitting on her bed, wistfully checking her phone. She's right by the window that's right by the street,
Yeah.
and Mert comes up and like gets out, and there's obviously a film crew filming him.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they distracted her, whatever. So Mert arrives and he knocks on the door. She's like, "Oh, holy hell." So she's like, "Ah." So she thinks it's the gas. She like throws her phone. She runs to the door. She's in like fuzzy slippers and it's really cute. And they hug and they kiss. She's like, "Oh my God." So they hug and they kiss and it's really super cute.
Yeah.
And then she's showing him her room and like, here the pictures of you. And so that's when I could really see that she could see to the street from her window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
So and it was open, right? So they sit on the bed and they talk, and it's really cute. And she's like, I have to have this side of the bed because during COVID I gained weight, so I've dented this side of the bed, so you have to be on the other side. It's more comfortable." It's really cute.
It was
The whole thing is
sh
there's really
yeah.
really cute. So now it's been a few days since Mert arrived. They're going to a pub to meet up with Grace. So
Mhm.
they sit down again. There seems to be chunks cut out
Yes.
because they're just sitting and talking, but surely when she first walked up, it would have been more of like a thing, like, "Oh my god, nice to meet you." But they
Yes.
don't yeah. So they're sitting and talking. It seems to be going okay, and Mert says, "I have a gift for you." It seems to be like food from Turkey, and he's like, "You can share this with your mom." And she gets up and hugs him. Seems like it's gonna be okay.
That
Seems like
was a
it's gonna be
smart
okay.
move. The
Always smart
gift.
to bring a gift.
Very
Always.
smart. But n people typically on this show aren't smart, so I like to see it,
Yeah. Right, right.
AKA Louise.
And Jose.
Yeah,
Not a brain trust.
that whole team.
So, like you said, that whole side of the table is dumb.
That whole side of the table, just not a brain cell.
Uh, so Shane is like, "I'm so relieved. It's going well. Everyone's getting along. Grace hasn't had to grill him. Like, it's fine." So now the next scene is they're in the kitchen, and this seems to be like a European thing. They always have like the washer and dryers like in the kitchen.
Mhm.
I wonder why. Is that because where all the gas
It
and
must
the
be because all of the
electricity
hookups. Yeah,
right
exactly.
there?
Mhm.
Um, so they're all on top of each other. So she's trying to like pull things out of the wash. She's trying to like put something in the fridge. And Shane's like, "It is really crowded. And I didn't realize that we would be all on top of each other like this." We see, they're trying to use the loo and it's a nightmare because he stays in there forever and then it stinks. And he's like, "Oh, it's the best place to play my game." And she's like, "It's great for you, but the rest of us are standing in the hall trying to use the bathroom."
Yeah.
And then Sheree or Cherie is saying, like, "Listen, I'll be happy when they move out." It's just, it's all very cute and funny. So then all of a sudden, again, we've missed a huge
We've
chunk
missed a huge chunk. Yeah.
because I'm like, obviously they probably looked at a lot of places, but now it's just presented that Shane has rented this home and Mert has never seen it. Right.
Right.
So they drive up to this home of which I thought they're going to like look at it to rent, but no, she's already rented it.
Mhm.
And there's a sofa there and there's a huge kitchen, huge.
Yes. Yes.
And there's like a half bath there, like a powder room off the kitchen. And she was like, "This place has 2 toilets." So he's
There we go.
excited. They go upstairs. There's a walk-in wardrobe. And Mert says he's never had an upstairs ever. And for all his life, he's been like living on his parents' sofa in the living room. So they look at the upstairs bathroom that goes with the bedroom up there, and they talk about their 5 minutes time, which to them means sex, which is hilarious. She's like, "We like to have lots of 5 minutes," which is
That's
funny.
very cute.
It's really cute. Everything about them is so cute. And Mert says, he kind of tears up. He says, "Where I'm from, only rich people have a house like this. Everyone has an apartment. Nobody has a house like this. And I'm just so happy and I can't believe it." Like he can't believe it.
That is so refreshing to see, because normally nothing is good enough, and for
Right.
Mert, it's like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause he would have been very happy staying in the one in that little tiny apartment with mom. To him, he would have been like, "This is look at this washer and dryer in the kitchen. This is amazing."
he didn't seem upset at all. He was the only one that wasn't that frustrated. He's like, "Hee hee, this is fine,"
He's like,
but
"It's a great place to play my game on the toilet." He was happy about it.
it's so funny.
Well,
Oh,
this whole thing was very heartwarming, and when I was at, the podcast movement conference, I was talking to Jake and Matt, they were like, "Shane and Mert have to be okay, right? They're gonna be okay, right?" I was
they're
like,
gonna
"They
be
have to
okay.
be
Yes,
okay.
they're
They have to
going
be
to be
okay."
okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So this week, we don't get Katie and Alejandro. We don't get Michael and Mercy, who's miserable. we don't get Rebecca and Christian, and we don't get Robert and Assel, of which we think probably they're done.
I think they're gone.
But next time on episode 9 of 90K,
90K,
90 Day
90K
Fiance
UK.
K, 90K UK, we see Jose practicing his English and he's saying, I am Jose. I live in England. He's doing it like on an app. And he says he's retaking the test soon. And of course, we see Jesse going, I don't feel he's trying his best. My mother will be here having a baby without him.
Correct.
Then we then we see Rebecca and she's talking about Christian, I'm not sure, talking about how he doesn't approve of her belly dancing. And she says, I've been in this situation before where a guy first says, I'm not exactly comfortable, and then it moves into, I don't want you to do this. And then we see Christiane making that comment about, I know other people who do this. It's a different profession, basically calling her a sex worker. Yeah. So that's happening. Again, they've only seen each other in person 11 days, and she's going to marry him. So not the brightest move. Um, then we see Tionne is bossing David around. Do this, do that. And she says, so where we're going, it's not safe to leave the apartment. I have no friends, no family. This is not going to work. It's not going to work.
Isn't it
So,
just a couple months?
yeah, but you don't want to be like stuck because it seems like where they're driving to go to the apartment maybe is what he could afford. And she's like, if I can't leave the apartment because it's not safe and I don't have a friend, I don't have a family, we're not in the main town, and I got to get a shitty $200 ring. No.
Yeah, for 2 months, that would yeah, it's also bad because that's not a great way to start off the get to know ya, getting used to living together trip. That it seems like that's what
Yeah.
they're doing. Oh boy.
Right, and I think that if they're gonna be in a place that's not safe and, like, he's gonna go to work every day, although I can't remember what his work is. Is he a trainer? Personal
What
trainer?
was his work?
I can't remember
Oh,
because he
I'm
said,
blanking on it. I think it
'cause
might he might be a personal trainer.
we see a lot of, like, mirror selfies, you know? That
Oof,
just
I don't
could
know.
be because he likes to work out, I don't know. But I gotta
Mm,
tell you something. He talks about how handsome he is a lot. I mean, he's fine, but he's no Christiane, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, Chris
He's no Robert. He's no Robert from Glasgow, you know what I'm saying?
no, I'm saying Christiane, I looks like a model.
Totally.
He has, like, a
And again,
perfect face,
it will come to me who he looks like. He looks like some soccer star, some tennis star, I can't think, but he's very
but
good
it's a
looking, and he
sports
knows it. It's a
yeah.
sports. It's a sport. What was Christiane's, job? I can't remember that either.
No, he was on the boat. He was a bartender on the
Right.
boat.
No, he worked in the shop. He wasn't even a bartender.
I worked in the shop.
He worked in the shop, and
Retail
he's
sales.
re he is in there selling tchotchkes at the shop on the Royal Caribbean cruise. That's what
So the
he's doing.
question is, what does he want to do? Because he's gonna have something that he wants to do and needs to be in the UK to do it successfully, so
Uh-huh.
what is that item? Is it singer? Is it
Uh-huh.
actor?
Rapper. Mhm.
It better not be
Is
rapper.
is it model?
Can I ask
What
another
is it?
question? Why is
Sure.
Jose's voice so auto-tuned in his song when he sings it and it seems about there? I mean, it's not a difficult melody, but he
I Love
he
You
seems to have
Chicken?
tuned it just because he likes the sound of "yeah, yeah," that "yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah," like, when it sounds like do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
So, I
yeah.
don't know why is he just done it for effect? Like, this is how all the rappers sound?
Probably. I
Like
think
a robot?
probably so. Yeah, like a robot. Can anybody get eyes on Jose's music? I will say I did see a Reddit thing, and I talk about Reddit as if I'm on it all the time. What happens is I get alerts on my email about Reddit. Like,
Oh.
"Oh, you're in this Love After Lockup page," or "You're on this 90-day UK," and sometimes it'll be like, a new post has been made, and I don't know why it chooses some post to send me on email or not,
Oh, weird.
but that's why I'll click on it if it looks interesting. But this one
Mhm.
was about, Louise saying that before she got into Jose, there was more than one other, like, foreign country, Colombia or somebody rapper that she was into, these other guys that she was into. So, like, Jose is her type. He's from another country, he's a rapper. So it wasn't just Jose was just the one that bit, I think. That's what it seems like. She was into these other guys before she latched onto Jose.
And she really wants him to be famous, I'm assuming. She wants to be the wife of a famous
It's a
rapper.
Soldier Boy situation, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Not Soldier
boy.
Boy, Soldier Boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has found himself a UK woman. He was posting about his UK girlfriend, Soldier Boy was. So he's getting closer. He's
Is
getting
she age
closer to
appropriate?
yeah. Was she age appropriate? She seemed to be probably 10 years younger than him, not 20 years older.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Yeah. And she was real pretty. So
Well, there you go. All
we'll
right.
see. We'll
Well,
see. He's moving in the right direction, maybe. All right, you guys, this is the end of 90 Day UK episode 8. We'll be back at you next week with episode 9. And again, I believe it goes to episode 12. So we've got a few to go.
4 to
I get
go.
4. Oh, yeah. Got to do your fingers like, and I'm promising you that on episode 12, we're going to do video so that you all can see Katie's dance moves. And Katie, you got 4 more episodes to perfect your
Perfect.
routine.
To clean it up,
Mhm.
get the counts down, because that intro one, I can't quite nail it. So, yeah.
You're doing great on the outro with the trumpet playing and yeah.
The outro's doing okay, but the for
Mhm.
some reason, the intro, I need to add one more move. I'll figure it out. I'll get it.
Do
I'll
you want
get
me to
it by
send you
then.
the MP3 so you can practice it at home?
Would you? Thank you. Thank you,
I don't
please.
I I don't know where I would find that. That would be a job for Ingrid. Um,
Ingrid, please. Thank you.
all right, here are the notes that I have from the last 2 episodes I've done. I have, Goodwill, San Francisco, eBay that we
Yes, there
talked
you
about in
go.
episode 7, and then I have, please make a note at minute 27, we talk about salsa and CrossFit. Q Instagram reel, question mark, would that be funny? Yeah.
There you go.
And should we post a picture of Fetty just so the people know what Fetty looks like?
Sure. I would. Let's get him some help. He
Okay,
needs
I'm gonna put
Oh,
post
he's
Fetty photo. Again, not Fetty
okay.
Wop with the one eye. It's Fetty from Fedwell. So good. All right, girl, get ready to dance. If it doesn't work on the first try, I'll try it a second time. But here we go. Let's see. Will it work? Yes, there we
Mm.
go, girl. Go.
No, now.
Trumpets.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Jazz hands. Nailed it. Ads not read by me, Mary Payne, don't necessarily reflect the views of Pink Shade. If you'd like to listen to ad-free, you're going to go on over to Supercast or Patreon, and you can find the links to Pink Shade Prime